what exactly is it that you do as an SMA priest?
I had diverse experiences, So after my ordination, I was sent to Central African Republic to work among the pygmies. It's an area that is really abandoned, but SMA fathers, since it is their charisma, it is their vocation, we took upon ourselves that work to go and invest ourselves, our personnel, our means into that area. So I was opportune to work there for 4 years. I learned the language of Central African Republic called Hounghe. I can still speak it. I was happy to start my missionary journey in such an area, remote area in the forest, where you have no electricity. You have the electricity we generate is from a solar panel or generator that you put on in the night. Where the roads, there are no roads even. But I found my joy of being missionary when I was there. I spent 4 years there. Then my superiors asked me to go and take further studies, which I did here, 2 years in the States, here in Boston College. I studied there for 2 years, had my licentiate, we call it licentiate in theology. It is a degree that enables a priest to go to teach in the seminary. After that, I was sent back to Central African Republic to be in charge of our seminary there. The seminary is the house where young people also live, young people with the desire to become a priest, to become priests, or to become missionaries. For 2 years, I was in charge of the formation house in Central African Republic, and also 2 years in charge of the formation house in the Philippines. After Central African Republic, I was sent to the Philippines to be also involved in the training of the Filipinos. I was there when I was chosen to be in the administration system. So since 2013, I have been in the administration. Of the first part of it, the first stage was at what we call level or provincial district level. That is to say, in charge of a portion of the Society of African Missions in Africa. Priests who were from Benin Republic, Nigeria, Central African Republic, they formed a unit, and I was part of the council at that time for some years. I was there getting to know the work when again I was chosen to be part of what we call General Council. General Council is the body of 4 priests that supervise the work of all the SMA priests, all the SMA fathers all over in the world. That's why I live in Rome. So since 2015, I've been living in Rome, working with the General Superior being the first leader of the whole society, the Society of African Missions. I'm part of his council. And that responsibility has given me opportunity to see a wider scope of SMA, to see some countries where SMA priests, SMA missionaries have really worked. I wouldn't have seen that if I was not in the General Council. I've seen that, and it has given me again, it has deepened my conviction that mission is still alive today. It has given me the conviction that people are still thirsty of the good news, and priests are there, missionaries are there, doing their best to evangelize, to bring the gospel to the people, especially to the most abandoned. I've seen also that the church, no matter how we see today, what the media say, the church in some part of the world is growing and getting stronger and stronger. Vocation is booming in some part of the world. I've seen really that mission is still alive, and God will always continue to call people to his vineyard, to call people to go and carry on and continue this work of mission. As long as the world exists, as long as the church exists, there will always be mission. And if there is mission, people will be called to go to mission.
So with that mission, when you go to these new countries and various parishes, when you try to relay the mission and the goal of the SMA priests, has it ever not been well received, or have you ever faced any challenges along the way?
There are. Maybe myself, I didn't feel that particularly, but I have heard about areas where there are challenges, where it was all over the news. It was in 2014, 2015, a crisis in Niger, for example, when some churches were burnt. Niger was at that time part of our jurisdiction. It is still, and our missionaries are many there. So you see sometimes that priests who have lived peacefully with a group of people who have invested energy in themselves completely to build up communities. You see that maybe in a night or one day, church is destroyed, the community, some of the members killed or forced to leave their mission, their areas. So those things are some challenges that we face today. It is not only in Niger, it is also in some areas in Africa. I talk of conflicts between Muslims and Christians, but not only between Muslims and Christians, but there are also other pockets of resistance among the traditional religion where priests will not be welcomed in missionaries will not be welcomed in a particular place. That is Africa maybe, but when you go beyond, you go out of Africa, you go to Europe also. There are Europe or America. It seems to me that also it is difficult for Christians to affirm themselves in some areas, where a voice is not always given to Christians to express what they believe, what they want. They believe, they say it's sometimes they may be seen as coming from another planet, So these they are not directly something imposed, but indirectly, Christians could face tough moment. But we see all those things. We say, well, the one we follow, Jesus Christ himself, he has said so, that he who want to follow me, let him take up his cross and follow me. He said so, let him take his cross and follow him. So we know that not all the roads will be smooth. Some roads might be difficult. It is not because it is difficult that we resign or we give up. We go and carry out and live out our faith, live it till the end, no matter what it costs.
Right. Yeah. And so kind of with those possibilities of those challenges, you probably come across a lot of people that you probably have a great impact on. And some people say that, the people that you set out to help end up helping you even more in return.
Yes.
Do you find that to be a big part of what you do?
Oh yeah. It is. That is the joy. That's one of the joys of the missionary also. That once you see that you are preaching the gospel, you are sharing your faith, and people come to embrace also that faith. Or another joy is that you are living out your faith, and you see that the faith you have discovered you are living. Maybe you see that people were also living that before you came into that area, and the way they live it challenges even your way of life.
Right.
You see that these are simple people who are living the gospel values, and then sometimes say, oh, see me doing also this, doing that. So their lives can do challenge us. Or I have seen instances like that, especially when I was in among the pygmies in Central African Republic, seeing the simple lifestyle of the pygmies. And at that time, at that moment, they have taught me what is real detachment from material things, detachment from everything, I would say, in order to be attached to God, what is essential. And Jesus is the essential person, is the God is the essential. So when I was living there, I learned to detach myself from unnecessary things, you know, in order to allow myself to be attached to God. And I would say the pygmies have taught me that lesson. I have seen that with my eyes, how happy they were with the little they had, how happy they were with the gospel values, and how happy they are still with their lifestyle. So yeah, that's one of the beautiful lessons I have learned during my missionary journey. So that detachment.
Yeah, of course. Going off of that, you know, this position has a lot of great impacts on you as well as people around you. So what has changed the most since becoming an SMA priest?
Yeah, it has opened my horizons, I would say now. I see that mission is beyond Benin Republic, where I am from. Mission is beyond Central African Republic, where I worked. Mission is beyond Africa. I've seen that with the SMA. I've seen also that mission is really the life of the church. Without mission, the church will cease to exist. Without mission, the church will no longer be the Church of Jesus Christ. So SMA has helped me to see dimension. Has helped me theoretically when I learned that in school, but also in real life. Having worked in mission, having visited some mission, having seen the way what people put even in mission. Here in the state, you see people when they hear our story. When I was here, I got some chances to do some mission appeals, so to travel within the United States to talk about mission. I was really impressed to see how receptive people are, their readiness to support the work of mission. So it is, I come to realize, it is not my work, it is not me doing it, it is the work of God. And because it is the word of God, God himself, he calls people, he chooses some people he wants to support that mission, to make that mission going, and to that mission going. So the generosity of some people in the States or in Europe or in Africa, so that the work of God, the work of mission will still be will carry on. Yes, SMA has because of SMA, because I'm SMA priest, I've seen that, and I am really grateful to SMA, and grateful to all the generous people who are praying and who are supporting. I will not say supporting us, but supporting mission.
Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Welcome.
This has been Father Francois of the SMA, and I'm Amy McDonough of the Media Department of the SMA. Thanks so much.